Hi guys, there is a big discussion about eHEX and PHEX out there, and I like to give you my opinion about what I am thinking and which hex is a better option. Just for the record, this is not financial advice. I've got exactly the same amount of hex on both chains. I didn't do any trading, I didn't swap my eHEX for PHEX, but I've tried to wrap my head around the situation and I've got the following conclusion. Just imagine if we've got like 1 million US dollar of buy pressure, someone like to buy 1 million US dollar of hex. On the left side, we've got eHEX. On the right side, we've got hex or PHEX. If we split this amount 50-50, it could be like different percentage, but in this case, I will talk for 50-50 because it's easier. 500k go into eHEX and 500k going into PHEX or hex on PulseChain. Here, we can clearly see that we've got two tokens. This is not one token. Both tokens are different, and if someone like to buy hex on Ethereum, it's going to push the price of eHEX higher and the other way around. So what is happening here? In this situation, only the old stakers, the OGs, or the people who had hex before the fork, they will be benefited because the prices of both tokens will be pumped quite equally. Doesn't matter if it's 10% in hex or like 90% are in PHEX or vice versa. The all buying pressure will benefit the holders before the fork who held their assets on both chains. But this scenario is not good for people who will join in hex after the fork, near future or foreseeable future, because let's say if you've got a friend and he asking you for hex and you're saying, okay, go on Ethereum because it's a bit easier for you, it's well-known network, and buy hex there, and you could stake it, you could do whatever you like. And after a few days, months or years, the community or the market decides that PHEX, hex on PulseChain, is more valuable and more money start going there. We will see the price appreciation of hex on PulseHex, and the price of Ethereum hex will likely stay the same or maybe drop or maybe will appreciate, but not in the same way like PHEX. So your friend will not be happy because he will capture like less price appreciation. The other way is if you say to your friend, maybe this is the best idea, just go and eHEX, buy like 50% of your money by eHEX and 50% put in PHEX. This is quite, I think, the safest option. But there is another thing I had to add here, because when you buy eHEX, when you stake eHEX, when you transfer eHEX, basically you're helping Ethereum network. For example, we all know the people with hex, like if you create hex stake on Ethereum network and if you want to unstake it, let's say for after 2-3 years, the fees are very high. And what we are doing, we are just like contributing to the Ethereum ecosystem, which aren't run by hexicons, and we are paying their minus validators. So the idea of PulseChain was to be built because of this high fees of Ethereum, so people with less money, they could buy HEX and stake it, because we all know on Ethereum, if you make stake for less than $2,000-3,000, it's not worth it, just because of this high fees for staking and unstaking. And I'm not even talk about the HSI stakes, which you need to make more transactions to make one of them. So, for example, let's talk now only for HEX on PulseChain. If this $1 million, if the same amount is go into HEX on PulseChain, for example, the price of pHEX will appreciate much higher. If everyone participating in PulseChain network, all stakers, new and old, will capture the same amount of price appreciation. And what is happening? We all know PulseChain is run by PulseChains and HEXicans, because the validators, the stakers, are guys who sacrificed early for PulseX, which got skin in the game to protect this network. And when you make stakes, when you trade HEX, you burning Pulse Bitcoin and PulseX, and you contributing to the network, and the burned coins from Pulse, they're captured by HEXicans and PulseChains, and it's more likely this percentage gains they made to go into HEX, into Pulse, and into PulseX. So clearly I decided for myself that I will support pHEX, HEX on PulseChain, more for that very reason. This doesn't mean I will go to Ethereum, I will early and stake my stakes and I'm going to sell them. No, I will keep them. But if I make a new stakes, I think if I have to sell and I need to do a stake, I'm probably going to sell in the future HEX on Ethereum, and I'll restaking only on PulseChain, just to support the network, to support the HEXicans and PulseChains who've been waiting 2 years for this blockchain to come in existence. And if some of my friends want to buy HEX in future, I will recommend only PulseChain. This video is not made to divide the community, this is just my opinion. I'm sure there are people with different opinions out there. If you agree or disagree, you could comment below. I hope this video is helpful. As I said, this is not financial advice. I'm not touching either of my HEX stakes on any chain right now. I'm just waiting market to decide which chain will be more valuable. Bye for now and have a great weekend ahead.